Guys, and welcome to the Age of Ours Analyst Desk. Here with you today are iLifting, Eats, and DOZ. And today we're going to talk about an interesting match that's going to happen this Saturday in the Invitationals. It's going to be between Guicotsch and the band versus Team Squadcat. So as always, before we start talking about the matchup itself, let's give a little rundown about the teams. So let's go to Dios for a little introduction to Team Guicotsch and the band.
So Guicotsch in a Band is basically a reband of the team Slivers, which consists mostly of UU players. So after House of Cores, Slivers disbanded and Guicotsch in a Band was created. It started out as a joke team, but as Age of Ares was announced, the members really wanted to play it, so they recruited a lot of new players and also did an LFM on the forums. In Age of Ares, they went 4-1 in the qualifiers. They only lost one match, which was to Bonebreakers. Going into the Invitationals, they feel a bit unprepared since they didn't scrim much, but they still practice a lot individually and did a few scrims, so they feel okay.
Alright, so thanks for the introduction on Team Guicotsch and the band, and let's move to introduce Team Squadcat.
Right, so Squadcat are a mainly South American team, and they went 4-1 in the qualifiers, losing only to Square Up on the map Cake Wars. Now, Squadcat as a team, they are a very aggressive team, and they are very, very skilled individual players. That's something that I want to point out. They can win 2v2s against teams that you would assume are much better than them. They can win 3v3s against teams, and they are very deadly in that sense. And I think you have to watch out for the skirmishing of Squadcat.
From what I understand of you guys saying, we have a little bit of a dilemma here between the teams. On one side, we have Team Squadcat that is very aggressive, very PvP based. They take advantage in maps like Limbo, in which they could strike down their opponent with their superior skill. However, their communication is not very good. Their rotations are not very good, which could affect them against Team Guicotsch and the band, which are the more passive team. They like to communicate. They like to talk a little, not take risks. They will stand back most of the time, prepare, and get ready to fight. Passive play, good communication versus offensive play and worse communication. So it's gonna be a very interesting thing coming then. What do you think, it's?
Well, I think that the way I see this matchup going is I see Squadcat as the aggressive team will be dictating the pace of the game, and I see the team Guicotsch, and I think they're going to be the team that has to be reacting to the play. And I think this is really important because the team that manages to dictate the pace of the game will be able to go on the map where they want, they can push where they want, they can rush where they want, they can do what they want. And I think Guicotsch, they're going to have a hard time reacting to the pace that Squadcat will set, and I think they'll be on the back foot if they just like cede the map to Squadcat. So I feel like Guicotsch kind of have to remove some of the passivity from their play, and I think they have to kind of fight back against the Squadcat. Or they could double down on the passivity, but that would be very, very like risky and high risk, and but high reward at that as well.
So on that note, let's move on to the vetoes. Let's start with Team Guicotsch. What will Team Guicotsch veto?
So Guicotsch in the Band is most likely gonna veto Cake Wars, since it's a very PvP heavy map, and they realize that they're not that good at PvP. They would really like to force SSB, since they really made new strats from scratch, but yeah, they are most likely gonna veto Cake Wars.
And for Squadcat, I would say they're going to try and force the PvP maps. I think they want to play Next Gen, and I think they want to play the Conquest rotation and the CTF rotation. So in that way, they're going to try and veto Cake Wars, and if Cake Wars is already down, then I think SSB will be the next veto for them, and they'll try and force the skirmishes that they want.
Alright, so now to have two maps out of the way, let's talk a little about the remaining maps. We have Next Gen, Conquest, and CTF. So what can you tell us a little about Next Gen and how you feel it's gonna go?
So I feel like Next Gen is gonna give Guicotsch and the band quite a hard time because Squadcat has really good individual players with a lot of skill. So they're gonna have a hard time against the pace that Squadcat is gonna set. Though they could also try to play it a bit safer with a more defense heavy team spread. But yeah, I think they're gonna have a hard time against Squadcat.
Now we're coming into the conquest rotation, and in my opinion, the conquest rotation, very diverse, could go either way. We go to the first map, Facility, and we see Facility as a very control-heavy map. So you have to control the sides for the arrows, you have to control the middle, and you have to be aggressive and go for the score boxes, or else you'll be pushed back and kind of stomped. So in this map, I feel like when it comes down to rotations, Guicotsch will be the superior team. However, in team fights that will happen, Squadcat could take over, but we will see if we see this. In the second map, it's gonna be Ascendance. Also a very, very interesting map. We'll have to see how Squadcat reacts to the communication of Guicotsch and a band that will try to use their force, their communication against Squadcat. They will try to make group pushes happen effectively. And Squadcat, I think, in this map, it's one of the only maps that will have to react to that. They will have to out PvP, and they will have to like adapt to the pace of Guicotsch and the band. So I think in this map, Guicotsch and the band would be the superior team, communication-wise and play-wise. And if we come down to the last map, which is Limbo, I feel like it's gonna go either way. Squadcat on one side could win the team fights on the points pretty easily, since Guicotsch are not very PvP heavy, as already said. However, it also comes down to the rotations on the map. You have to know when to rotate and who to rotate. How many players do you want on every point? So in this scenario, I think Guicotsch and the band will be superior in that case. And I think Guicotsch and the band might take the map. So let's move down to the CTF.
Right, so in CTF we have Nautica as the first map, we have Verdant next, and then Desert Sanctuary is the tiebreaker. Now, starting with Nautica, I think Nautica in its meta right now is very control focused. It's about controlling the side points and being able to scissor mid. Mid control is not many people would walk around mid. It's more about the side points and being able to have access to push the sides. And in that way, I think Guicotsch, they have to contest this. They can't fall back into their passive ways, and they can't sit back and just cede the mid and the side points to Squadcat. I feel like it can be good for Guicotsch if they can establish the early mid control, because I feel like if they can establish it, they'll be able to hold it pretty well. However, I think that Squadcat, if they win the early skirmishes and they start dictating the pace, they start pushing the sides, they start pulling people of Guicotsch back to help defense, I think that Squadcat can really run away with the first map. And the second map, we go to Verdant. I think Verdant as a map is very much about the team pushes, and it's about you can seed areas of the other map as long as you can put pressure on their flag. And I think that Squadcat, with their team pushes, having better players, I think the team pushes will be more deadly. They'll be more hard to play against, and I think they'll be more erratic in pushing as well as a team with their aggression. However, I think that Guicotsch, they can try to play controlled. However, I don't think that they will work very well. I think as a team, Guicotsch, they have to double down on aggression. They have to really, really go for the points. They have to push and push and push, and they can try and catch Squadcat off guard on this map. And I think the third map, it goes down to Desert Sanctuary. This map can go either way. I think Squadcat have a problem that if they go too aggressive on this map, they can cede too many kills, and they can give easy flags and easy points for the Guicotsch team. However, I think, again, it will come down to skirmishing on this map, and I think the skirmishing is heavily in the favor of Squadcat. And so I would favor this one to Squadcat. However, I think that Guicotsch have a big chance to take this one away.
So with the diverse opinions that we have, let's go to the end of it and let's go to the score. DOZ, what do you think the score outcome will be?
So I can see Squadcat taking this round with 2-1, with a win on next gen and a win on the CTF rotation. But I can see Guicotsch and a band winning the Conquest rotation, since it's a very communication-heavy rotation, and I think that they can take that at least.
I'll have to say 2-1 to Squadcat as well. I've said the word a million times, but I think skirmishing will be very important in the 3 maps that we have. And I think in that sense that Squadcat will be able to take it. Guicotsch, of course, have a chance, though, to take 1 map if they can use their communication properly.
I'm going to take the other side of this conversation and root for Guicotsch and the band. I feel like next gen will be the map for Squadcat to win pretty easily, since Guicotsch and the band are very defensive, and it will probably be the bad part for them. They're gonna be pushed back and get their wolves cap. However, on the CTF and Conquest rotation, I feel like it's gonna come down a lot to the communication, to the rotations, to the team play. In this case, Guicotsch and the band might have the upper hand. So on this note, we're gonna end here. And thanks you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.
Thank you.